to the feminine side. The standpoint. Still listen to the feminine side. The standpoint.
Welcome to the month of October, the 10th month. Can you believe it? 2 months more to Christmas. This month is good. In fact, welcome back to regular programming of The Standpoint. For the past 2 months, we've been playing back some of the events we've had to celebrate our 15 years. And we are still in the celebratory mood, but we are back to studio recording and interviews. And it's going to be a mixed bag this month of October, and we are starting with a bang. Listen, Ghana is a country that doesn't celebrate its great people, especially when they are young people. Today we are about to celebrate an amazing young woman. I didn't know about her. It took my little girl who decided to be a girl mechanic during the career day at school. I posted her video and people started tagging her. She calls herself Shecanic. I decided to Google her, find out about her, and I was amazed. Today we are here to listen to her story, to challenge you, especially the young ones, that nothing is impossible. This month is going to be full of stories of survival, overcoming, conquering, and standing tall among all odds. Today's episode is going to blow your mind. Let me say thank you to Tie-Dye Yekua for my tie and dye fabric. My two-piece dress is by Liran Collections. Thank you so much to her. My hair is by Inshilo GH, and of course my beads and earring by 20 Crafts. Makeup by @the_global. We will be back. Shecanic, yes, she can.
The standpoint. The standpoint.
Welcome back to The Standpoint. I nearly said welcome back to Ghana. It is the month of October and our first program for the month of October, and we couldn't have started it in any better way. Ghana, we don't know how to celebrate our own, especially when it comes to women and the young people. Today we are about to get to learn about a young lady I got to know about her through my little girl, who obviously wants to be like her, though she hasn't met her yet, but definitely it's going to happen. But let me say thank you to Vena Mineral Water. You know, Vena, there's none like it. Water is life, and it's important you take lots of water. Vena Mineral Water has the balanced pH level, has all the right doses of minerals, and it's low in sodium, and they engage in what I believe in, that's sharing love and changing lives. They also give us bigger drinks, and we are so grateful to them. Thank you to fruit juices from the farm. That's a juice time, from the farm to the factory to the bottle to the shelf. They do it, or they have the whole chain. That's why I believe in them. Thank you so much to them. House of Food, Auntie Vera, we are so grateful to you. Mrs. Oforipoko and the family, Yep Cleaning Services, we are grateful to all of you for being on board. Now my guest today, she calls herself Shecanic. Well, we'll get to why she calls herself that, but she is Nana Efua Sewa Edusei, empowerment catalyst, advocate for women in STEM, and an auto technician. Nana Efua, it's an honor to meet you.
Wow, what an introduction. It is a delight to be here. Thank you.
And you're beautiful too.
Thank you. Such
Very
kind
beautiful.
words. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
And you have your brand and your logo in a Shecanic.
Yes, I represent women in STEM. So wherever I go, it's kind of some form of empowerment, you know, to represent what I am or who I am. And also to show that I'm proud of what I do. I'm an auto technician and I wear it with a badge of honor.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, when did you decide to be an auto technician?
Boy, back in 2013. So this October is actually 10 years since I ventured into this space. Back then, I noticed that we don't have women in the space, in the sector. And I felt, why not? That's one. Number two, we tend to be very vulnerable. If you get a breakdown in the middle of the highway, who do you call? Is it convenient to even call anybody at all? And I wanted to change that narrative. Number three, in Ghana, most times when you don't do well in school, you say, go and learn technical
and
skills.
One is for boys.
And it's for boys. So I felt we had to make a change. I wanted to push and change the narrative. It shouldn't be for school dropouts or people who are not, can't afford to go on to the next level. We had to change that. So technical skills, vocational skills, creative skills, it's a thing that we should take interest in. Now, things have changed. Before, if you do makeup, we call it Osese Funu. Lucky enough, now we have the makeup artists, but we need to make that same change in the technical field where you get a lot of men, young men and women taking this up.
So that's what made you
So
go
that's
into
what
it.
made me go
So you
into
have
it.
your own garage?
Yes, we have a mobile service at the moment. Yes, but
Okay.
I have about 13 people that I work with. I call them my colleagues, not workers, because we do this together.
Wow. What was people's first, reaction when they got to know that you're a woman, you're auto technician, and you're doing it professionally with pride and with, all the finesse that comes with it?
Naturally, their first response would be, why do you want to do this? Like, such a pretty girl, why do you want to do this? And then the question would be, why not? It's about time. I want to be able to empower the next generation to see that, I can take up a career in the automotive space. So why not? Lucky, my name is Nana. And in Ghana, Nana is for both male and female. So
yeah.
I'll tell you one story. So I got one client sending his driver in. Fakano Koma Nana. He gets into my shop and I greet him, hey, how may I help you? And says, I'm looking for Nana. Then I notice, okay, it's like, okay, but how can I help you? So we spent about 5 minutes going back and forth. Then, okay, I'm friend Nana. So I just went to turn around, came back. Hello, I'm from Nana. How may I help you? What? I said, yes, I will take care of your car. So I get this a lot. I do get this a lot. But that has made me want to learn twice as much to be credible.
Right.
So it moves from just being a pretty girl to actually knowing what she does. So it helped me. I don't see them as challenges, but a way to do better.
And you're enjoying it?
Oh, so much.
And you decided to make history.
Well, that's too.
How did that happen? I know we've heard the male side. I haven't heard. Funny enough, I knew there was a lady among them, but I didn't know it was you. You guys decided to take a road trip to UK.
I decided to join young men who love cars and love adventure. That was it for me. And also to push the boundaries of my expertise. You agree with me that Accra to Kumasi, you wouldn't know how well your car performs.
Right.
I needed to, for me being an auto technician, I want to be able to have hands-on training and hands-on knowledge to be able to advise my customers. So moving from the jungles of Cote d'Ivoire through to the Sahara deserts, that was something I wanted to experience because of the vehicles I work with. So that was one of the reasons. But also, I love adventure. I love cars. So
Naturally.
I felt space. Yeah, I felt very, very safe in a very safe space. And then I ride a motorcycle, so it was kind of easy to go with them. I didn't feel like I was the only woman. As a matter of fact, whilst I was there wasn't an issue of gender.
Yeah.
So it was only when I got back to Ghana that I heard the news, the only woman, like, okay, so I was the only woman. So it wasn't an issue of gender. I felt really safe with them.
But how was the journey?
Oh, it was interesting. I saw a lot of things that, wow, Africa in general must have a conversation about the effects of border towns and borders in respect to tourism and the effects of basic logistics, how it impacts an economy.
Right.
So it was quite interesting. Quite interesting. Will I do it again? Yes, I will.
Will you do it again?
Yes, I will.
How did you feel when you finally crossed to UK?
Well, it was such an interesting feeling. It was a reception. the reception, how people celebrated this trip. We didn't think that was the case, that would be the case. So it was a reception, and we were all in awe of how much they celebrated and how well they received us. It became a national pride, and that was it. And now driving through, getting to Buckingham Palace with the number plates and the Ghana flag, it gave all of us a sense of pride. All of us.
And you do it again.
And we'll do it again. Perhaps a different destination.
It's in
Asia, India, SA. We'll do it again.
How has that changed your life? That experience?
In so many ways. Number one, it has drawn a lot more attention to me being in the STEM space. And also it's inspired a lot of young ladies. What it is for me is hearing mothers come to me and say, I want my daughter to learn from you. I want my kid sister to come and have an internship with you. That, for me, is the climax. That's the essence of Shecanic.
And I want my daughter to come and see you working. I'll bring her to see you working.
We can work something out. Yes, I would love that. I would love that. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Let me take a break. When we come back, we'll get to know you as Nana Ifwasewa Eduse. You know who you are. Who is this? I mean, and I'm sure for a lot of, there are people who already knew you, amigo, but you caught the national attention because of the strip. So it's helped your brand, and then obviously what it is. Well, do you have, how many female colleagues do you have?
We have 2 at the moment.
Okay.
We have 2 at the moment.
Okay. You're watching The Standpoint, and we are talking to Shecanic. Yeah, the lady who's doing it all. She rides a motorbike. She's an auto mechanic, and she was part of those who made the trip. What was the name of the
Wanderlust Ghana?
Wanderlust Ghana. Why the name Wanderlust?
Wanderlust, adventure, lost in adventure.
We'll be back.
The Standpoint. The Standpoint.
Welcome back to The Standpoint again. I say thank you to Tie-Dye Yakwa for my tie and dye. My 2-piece is by Liran Collections. Thank you so much. Wear my hair by Inshilo GH and makeup by @the_global. My beads and of course earrings by Twin Craft. And I'm talking to the lady Shecanic. You know, who is in 11th. Nanifa, how was growing up like for you?
Wow. You know, this saying that it takes a village. For me, it did take a whole village.
Okay.
So I grew up with 7 other cousins in the house. This takes me back. Going through the struggles of life, you know, where we'd have to struggle to eat once a day. Water was such a luxury. Electricity was a luxury. When it rains, we can't go to school. We were going to international school, actually, Clinic. So when it rains, you can't go to school because it's a muddy area. So growing up...
Where is this? Where do you live? Where?
Tantra Hill.
Tantra Hill, okay.
And my school, Clinic, was in Laboni.
Wow.
So moving. Back then, it was just for the Fulanese herdsmen would graze. Yeah, so it was very remote area back in the day. But that taught me a lot of resilience. It taught me a lot of value in hard work and being able to share the little that I have. And also with that experience growing up, it's helped me see the effects, being the voice for the voiceless, being the voice for the marginalized. So all of that came to play to making Anifra who I am today.
Did you experience bullying growing up?
No, I did not. I wouldn't even allow that. I was the lady who would be playing football with it. I won't allow that.
Okay.
So I did not.
So you've always been a tough cookie growing up. You said you grew up with 7 other cousins.
7 other cousins.
You lived with your parents or
aunties and uncles, you know, moving around here and
okay,
there.
but where were your parents?
My mom is still in Holland.
Okay.
My dad is in Ghana, but I didn't know him at that point.
Okay.
So as when I grew up, I got to know, oh, he's alive.
So you
But
have a
yes.
relationship with your dad now?
Oh yes, fantastic relationship. I actually had, when I was young, when I got to know him, yes, he was the one that took over to take care of me. And
Okay.
you know, imagine a man cooking breakfast, just warm milk and biscuits for breakfast. So I experienced my dad, and he helped me a lot too.
Oh, okay. And what were your dreams? I say dreams because from what the little you've told me, I get a feeling you were a restless soul, and you still are. Never really said, always thinking about what next to do.
What next to do? Yes.
Because you're Friday born, just like me.
Yes, what next to do? So growing up, I love Marion Jones. For me, Marion Jones was a woman that embodied, she can do it. She's fierce and she can do it all. I wanted to be Marion Jones. I remember I told my auntie, they said, "Fio, I'll buy a so Johnny." So they moved to wanting to be a pilot. Then I wanted to be a doctor. Then I wanted to work with the UN. So it's been very fluid. But guess what? Now fixing cars, I'm solving problems one car at a time. So I think it's in line with everything I ever wanted to do.
That brings my attention. So would you say that whatever you found in your environment then is what you wanted to be?
Whatever problem I identified, I wanted to be that solution.
Okay.
I wanted to be that solution, yes. Because somebody has to do it.
Yeah.
And
And why
Anifia
not?
wants to be the one to do it, yes.
Are you an only child?
Yes. But then I have steps.
Okay.
So 3 on this side, 4 on the other side.
But among your,
I'm an only
people
child.
that know you are an only child.
I'm an only
in
child,
Bridget. Okay.
yes.
Let me take you back. How did your mother feel when she heard that? Now, if I join in Burma, be almost driving from Incline to London.
So my mom didn't know until her friend told her. I was like, Florence, I said, me home bano, me phone so. Then it's like, I'm Papa, oh no. Then she called me, she was screaming, hey, she said, me bagana, me do a potamimbo Diana.
I love that. That's what I love.
Me banana Nefia. I was like, yes, about me. So yeah, she's excited.
Good.
And I think she's getting all the attention even more than her daughter is back here. So she's excited.
Did the interest in STEM start before the auto technician and Shecanic coming in?
No.
Okay.
No, the interest in STEM came in at a later date. For auto Shecanic all that I mentioned, it was to empower women and then be the rep.
So at what point did you decide to be an auto technician?
Back in 2013.
Yes, but what happened?
Okay, so I decided to because I don't want to be vulnerable. I don't want to be able to have to need someone to help me.
Yeah, but what did you study in school?
Oh, rural development.
Exactly. So that's why I want to find out. Maybe I'm not putting my why. How did it switch?
Well, because rural development, but then see what social science does is it gives you a very broad spectrum and it makes you start thinking and identifying problems. That's the beauty of social sciences. Now, in Ghana, there's a gap. We do not have the right expertise, or we don't even have expertise at all in the technical space. So that's why when you get a lot of vehicles break down, we don't have someone to fix it properly. That had to change. And I realized
you go in one problem, come out with another.
And I realized the STEM root is because we don't have the right mindset. We think it's only for school dropouts. We don't encourage. Even, as a matter of fact, I'll be lying if I say I'm the only lady doing this.
Right.
There are lots of them out there, but they're not proud of it because they were forced to go into it.
Yeah.
So now Shecanic is changing that. Shecanic is putting the cool factor and encouraging more ladies to come into this space. Because you'd agree with me, when a woman does it, she does it better.
She does it better. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So did you have to go and learn?
Apprenticeship?
Apprenticeship.
Yes, and then online courses.
Okay.
But mainly apprenticeship. That's the only way you learn. You have to have your hands on apprenticeship.
No, so let me get here. You just walked into an auto shop and told them you want to learn how to do it.
No. So back in 2013, I needed money to pay for my law. I wanted to be a lawyer at a point. So I needed money to pay for the fees. Then I joined a company that is into cars as an office assistant. So my job was to print out invoices and follow up on bills.
Right.
But then there's something that always happened, that when he's traveling, the owner travels, he felt the need to close down the business.
Yes.
I felt that had to change. Before joining them, I used to sell banco and tilapia at 37. Now, the moment I switched, the
hustle is real.
The hustle is real. So whenever I'm not around, the business goes down. Now, if God has given me a chance to be a custodian of somebody's business, it's very important to me that I make sure it goes better than how I took over.
Yeah.
So I make sure that if he's not around, I'm able to serve customers and work with the workers.
It's right.
Now, my first experience with this was one time a client came in. He had driven all the way from Tema to ask my boss at the time what something meant on his dashboard. It was like, when you ship a car in, they deflate your tires. And then so there's a sign that says you need to pump your tire. He didn't know this. Even though there was a manual in the car, he didn't read. Nobody reads his manual anyway. So he came all the way from Tema. The first question is, is your boss around? No. Then he tries to leave. Said, no, how may I help you? Like, try me, how may I help you? Then I told him what to do, how to fix it. So that also was a starter. So how did I get into this? To make sure that when he's not around, the business still runs. How do I do this? Ask questions. Work with the workers at that time. So if they are changing brakes, I'm changing brakes with them. If they are doing oil service, I'm doing it with them. So the apprenticeship I stayed in there for about 8 years, learning. I decided to learn, so that when he's not around, the business still goes on. Little did I know that I was grooming myself. I was grooming myself to be Shecanic. Little did I know.
Wow, what a story. You decided to fix it. So you decided to, help someone. And in the end, you created another version of yourself.
Yes.
So after that, you decided that, let me step out on my own.
Yes. So the idea was to take a franchise. But a lot of people don't understand franchising, because if I move the business to what it was to now being a household name, it's only proper that we continue and then expand through franchising. But that wasn't well understood. So I had to
my business, media.
So yes, I had to now move away and then start Shecanic. That was it.
How was the starting point for Shecanic? Starting out to do on your own?
I feel I'm still starting. The business is such that it keeps changing. Every day comes with its own issues. I'm still starting because I feel every time I meet new customers and the way you talk or the way you fix an issue, it changes. Now, you'd ask, how has it been financially? Have I received funds? No, but I know when you're trying to do something that will impact the society, it's normally like this. Tough. It's quite tough, but the vision and then the dream you have, it makes you keep going. It makes you relentless. Keep going.
You're watching The Standpoint and we are listening to the amazing journey of Shecanic. Nana Efwa say wa eduse. Do you understand Efia?
Efia? No. Friday born.
Friday born.
Yes.
Efia, who you be a ufifi.
Oh.
Ufifi, you germinate.
I see.
Into baby, no matter how tough the terrain is, you will germinate.
That's a good one.
Clearly an example
of Obi Ofifi.
Obi Ofifi. We'll be back.
The Standpoint. The Standpoint.
Welcome back to The Standpoint. And again, we say thank you to Vena Mineral Water, Big Good Drinks, and of course, Juice Time 100% fruit juices, Auntie Vera and the team. Thank you. It's the month of October and our first program for the month of October, and I'm sure you just soaking it all in and telling yourself, I can do this, I can do this, or my daughter can do this. What is the bigger picture, I feel?
Oh, I don't know if time would allow me to say it all, but bigger picture is to demystify STEM. Demystify STEM. And a lot of times when you hear STEM, you think, oh, if I studied catering in school, I cannot get into STEM.
Yeah.
Or if I studied social science, I cannot get into STEM. But the technical skills, vocational skills, the creative skills, those what I believe are the bedrock for STEM. Because with this drive that we did, we had to rely on calculating the fuel we need. That is STEM, math. We have to calculate, know the design of the vehicles. That is science and STEM. So STEM is everyday life, everything that we do is STEM. So that is one. And then adding the cool factor to technical skills.
Exactly.
The cool factor to make young women understand that, oh, I can take up a career in this and it will be cool. And then also gradually when we have career days but in school, there will be an option for mechanics too.
You know?
There will be costumes for
Girl
mechanics.
mechanic.
There will be. So
Yeah.
so STEM is one of the directions of Shecanic,
Yeah.
pushing women in. One thing I've noticed is that when I attend women conferences, it's about women who are doing shea butter or soap or beads.
Or sewing.
Or sewing, which is fantastic, it's great, but there's nothing that represents the women in technical skills, and that is what she kind of tends to change. We have a national conversation about that.
Right. And I mean, I'm sure you are definitely on the right path and determined, because you know more people are getting to know you. Please post more stuff on your Instagram page. You don't have much there.
Okay.
I checked. You don't have time for that. Put some pictures
It's
there.
full-time work.
I know, right?
Oh, social media. But then my team is doing well to change. So what we're trying to do is just put in the things that people can resonate with people.
Right.
That can read it and then resonates. So I don't post my personal life. No, I don't
Of course
post.
not,
Yes,
yeah.
but work related. But you're right. I need to do a lot more.
You need to do a lot more. You need to,
Do
because
a lot more.
people will keep going there and wonder
Yes.
every time they want to see something new to
You're right.
inspire them, to
Absolutely.
encourage them, especially girls who have never thought about that. You know, for me, I thought you were going to say you did science or you did technical, you know, but
No.
this
Social
is
science.
social science, and
Social
you just
science,
you
yes.
just switch to that.
And here I am.
The biker girl.
The biker girl. COVID. Let's blame it on COVID. COVID gave me a reason to do a lot of things on my bucket list. Because for me, this thing might take me out any day. Now, why don't I do something that is daring? Do something that is memorable? So I decided to learn to ride a bike. And it will surprise you. It's when I'm riding a bike that I feel very relaxed. I don't know how that happens, but when I have my bike, the helmets, the wind rushing behind, it's so relaxing. So yes, I'm a biker girl.
I still say, girl, when you go ahead.
Yes, I'm a biker girl.
So you started riding during the COVID time.
During the
Did you already know how to ride a bike?
No, there's a biking school, like how we have the driving schools. There's a biking school that I attended, and they trained me to ride well. So they're very big on wearing protective gears and riding the right way. Because you would agree that what we have on the streets, a bit of a nuisance.
Yeah.
So
It's
ours
crazy.
was to change that. But now that you know that Shecanic is a biker, I'm sure when you're driving, you look out for a biker, right?
Yes.
So that is it. So that's
Yes.
why I went into that, because I realized too many people die unnecessarily. Before I became a biker, I didn't really see the importance of using my side mirrors. Or I also saw all bikers to be criminals because of the movies we watch. So now being a biker, I have understood the need to watch my mirror. So now that you know, she kind of could be the one over there. So you take your time, right? So it will work. Gradually, we'll start having a lot of people taking their time and allowing bikers to share the road with you as well.
So you've been very intentional in everything that you do.
Very intentional.
And very deliberate.
Very intentional. Very, very intentional. Because it's a means to an end. you might not see it now, but in a couple of years, realize, okay, so this makes sense. It's very intentional.
Your aunties and uncles and, cousins and who raised you, I'm sure they still see you and they still communicate with you.
Absolutely. Family is very important. When all of this fades away, it's the people that love you that matters. So for family, I don't joke. I'm always with the family. If there's any events, engagements, family comes first. But I'll admit, lately I haven't seen them in a while, but I'll make amends. But family is very important.
Right. For people like you, and when I say people like you, you don't do the norm. What society are. Or by your riding bikes, a lady
But that
riding a
should
motorbike.
change.
Yes, yeah, I'm coming. A woman who's an, auto technician, a woman who travels with a man on desert, go to strange places and all that. At what point did you get? Why should you
Except so there was a meeting. There was one time my auntie. I went to visit my auntie, and she went into a room, came out with water in a bottle. Nana yambo pie, and then started splashing me with the water. Ma, Danny, holy water. I need to cast out whatever it is. I know, go see moto. I think, so come here. So I've got that a lot. The Ben now, don't worry. I've got that a lot. But our year, I believe, is a matter of partnership. Marriage should be partnership. So it is not just about you. No.
It's not about you getting some rings to wear and everything. And then
so when the butterflies die down, what next? There has to be a sense of purpose. Are we going on the same lines? We have a common purpose, common objectives that we want to do. That's what's important. That's what's important.
What makes you happy?
Making an impact makes me happy. Making an impact, that the decisions I took, the choices I've made is reflected in someone's life. That makes me happy. Yeah, that makes me happy.
If a young girl is watching you, whether she's interested in STEM or not, what would be that thing you would want to say to her?
Wow. Don't be too hard on yourself. Growing up, I was very, very critical of my decisions, and I didn't love myself enough. You'd give love to everything and everyone else but yourself. You're very critical of all the things you do, and being an overthinker, you want to, did I do this right? Should I have done that? But no. Love yourself. Be gentle. So my number one thing would be gentle on yourself. Give yourself some love and some grace. Be graceful. Yes.
You're going to number 2.
No, but that is it. Be graceful.
Be grateful.
Be graceful. Give yourself some grace. Yeah.
When people want to find you, if people want to find you, where would they get you to work for them, to work on their cars and stuff like that?
So we are at East Legon, and also on all our social media pages: Instagram, Shecanic GH, YouTube, Shecanic, Facebook, Shecanic, on Threads, Shecanic GH, on X, Shecanic GH. We are everywhere.
You're everywhere.
We are everywhere.
Shecanic is everywhere. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Congratulations. And I pray that this becomes an empire. Becomes an empire, not just in Ghana, across Africa, and indeed the world. Notices you, because the world needs young ladies like you.
Thank you.
Well, I spoke to the head of Association International Schools. She's so excited. They can't wait to have you.
Oh, wow.
Yes, they can't wait to have you. So definitely we'll be talking, and I'm sure other institutions who want you to motivate their girls especially, can reach you.
Absolutely.
And if you get to me, I'll link you up. I'll link you up with it. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for making us proud.
Thank you.
I'll be back with a bit of me.
The standpoint.
The Bible talks about the parable of the talents. Some they were given 1, some 2, some 3, some 4. There is something about being different or being the odd one. I don't even want to use the word unique, but being the one some consider unusual. Live your dream, woman. Live your dream. Anything and everything you decide to do, you can do. Everything is achievable. It hasn't been done before, well, invent it. If it's been done before, do it in a different way. The story of the Standpoint 15 years on. When we started the program, there were women's programs. They were all celebrating individuals, but we decided to talk about issues affecting everybody. Says people are not going to wash their dirty linen. They are not going to talk about their personal story. 15 years on, we said it all. We discussed it. Experiences shared, expertise. We've done it, we're still doing it. All you need to do is to be passionate about it and be willing to make sacrifices. If you really want to stand out and succeed at what you want to do, be ready to make sacrifices, woman. Be ready to take up challenges. Be ready to take calculated risk. Be ready to hold your head high, regardless. Be ready to fight. Be ready to speak out when the need be. And be ready to conquer and to win. I'm a woman with super crazy faith in God. I've been called into boldness. Dare to be bold. Dare to be bold. No one was born confident. Everyone learns confidence in one way or the other. You are either taught or you learn by yourself. Or experiences pushes you to be confident. Life happens. What you make of it is up to you. Thanks for watching. See you same time next week. Bye for now.